breathing low tonight, like your nose will rush. Red light leaking through the blinds, soft enough to forgive us. Your jacket hangs like a witness on the back of the chair. Everything unnecessary has learned to disappear. I sit close, not touching you, waiting to quiet me first. There's a patience in your eyes, like you're waiting for the worst, or maybe the best. I'll never say which. Velvet shadows on the wall, moving slow and we move slow. Every second stretching thin, like it doesn't wanna go. You know you can smart that accidental, then not the kind of moment you feel more than you thought. The clock forgets its job, so I'm not behind the noise of your breath finding rhythm with the tremble in my voice. I talk about nothing, you listen like it matters. Your hand resting near mine, crossing invisible borders. There's a story in the silence, heavy one, unfinished. I don't ask where it goes, I don't ask what it is that is said. Right here in the almost, velvet shadows on the wall, paints and shades we don't name, light bending around his shoulders, like it's letting your friend. I lean closer and stop right before skin meets skin, letting the tension sink deeper in. Your fingers trace the air a few inches from my wrist, close enough to promise, far enough to resist. I swear the room is listening, holding its breath with us, waiting to see if regrets or pawns. I feel you before you touch me, feel you before you try. Desire moving quietly so it doesn't scare the night. This isn't fire, it's heat that stays, the kind that lingers for days. All the shadows on the wall, stretching on but darker slow. Every glance of confession, like pretend we don't know. Yeah, some finally finds my head. No rush, no sound, just pressure, like a true settling down. We don't talk about tomorrow, it's too loud for this space. Like now is enough, the way you looked at my face. It's up your mind to rise in something fragile in words. A fleeting reader might hurt more if you give. must fall slow. Lights are lower than before. Not up, just undecided. Like the room is giving us permission to stay undefined. Your outline moves closer, losing details, gaining weight. I don't need to see you clearly to feel everything you create. My fingers hesitate in the space between your breath and mine, as if the dark itself is something to learn over time. Fingers learn in the dark, memorizing shape, not sight. Every inch is covered slowly, like a secret kept by night. I don't rush the unknown, I let it speak, I let it start. This isn't touching yet, it's fingers learn in the dark. Your voice comes softer now, almost swallowed by air, words falling unfinished, but I still catch them there. They land on my shoulders, stay longer than they should, like you're testing the quiet to see if it's good. I trace the edge of your sleeve, not your skin, not yet. Letting the tension build with patience and wanting met. The dark teaches gently what light will rush through. How to listen with my hands, how to move without view. Fingers learn in the dark, following heat, following sound. The way your body answers without making a pound. Every pause feels intentional, every breath leaves a mark. I'm not lost in this moment, I'm learning the dark. Somewhere the city keeps going, cars, signals, open eyes. But in here the world is narrowed to where your shadow lies. I could close my eyes forever and still know where you are. By the pool, by the warmth, by the way you don't pull far. Your wrist under my thumb beats honest, slow, telling me things your mouth won't show. And I stay right there, counting time by your pulse, letting desire stretch instead of convulse. Fingers learn in the dark, the curve of doubt, the line of trust. How closeness feels different when it's quiet, when it's just two people not naming what's growing this slow. Letting it become real by letting it grow. I finally touch your skin and nothing breaks. No thunder, no rush, just the softest quake. Like the room nods gently, like it saw this coming. Like the dark itself has been patiently humming. So I move with care, as if touch is a language I'm still learning to speak without damage. Every contact a question, you answer by staying, by breathing closer, by not pulling away. Fingers learn in the dark, still curious, still calm. This isn't about taking, it's about where we land when sight steps aside and feeling takes its part. This slow, quiet devotion to learn in the dark. moves through the window, pink and blue out of focus. Neon caught in the glass like it doesn't wanna watch us. We don't turn it away, we let it stay. Color in the room with borrowed light. Your face half shadow, half something I'll remember when I can't sleep at night. There's space between our bodies, but it's thin, it's alive. Filled with breath, with weight, and with things we don't say out loud. I can hear you inhale like you're choosing the moment, like timing still matters somehow. Neon breathing between us, soft pulses, slow exchange. Every breath crossing over, quietly changing shape. I feel you before contact, feel the heat, feel the trust. This closeness isn't touching, it's almost, and that's enough. Your eyes follow the light as it moves across my wall. I wonder if you're thinking or not thinking at all. Your hand rests open like an unanswered thought. Letting itself be caught. The room hums low, electric restraint, like the night outside pressed against the pane. And I swear the air thickens each time we breathe the same oxygen, turning heavier each time you say my name. Neon breathing between us in sync without a plan to just rising slowly, learning each other's span. Your knee inches closer, then stops, then stays, like you're listening to what my silence says. I speak softly on purpose so the moment won't crack. My voice feels different here, like I might not get it back. You lean in to hear me and the space gets smaller, filled with color, with warmth, with something harder to swallow. I notice everything, the way your jaw tightens, then lets go, the way your breath stutters when my moves slow. This isn't urgency, it's precision. Every second, place just so. Neon breathing between us, no rush, no disguise. The glow tracing your collarbone like it knows where to lie. I finally brush your arm just enough to confirm that the heat I imagined was real, was earned. You don't move away, you breathe deeper instead, and something unspoken settles quietly in my chest. Not a promise, not a claim, just a shared understanding that this moment is ours because we're not demanding. So we stay in the half-light, letting the city watch, letting the neon flicker as the seconds stretch. And not two bodies tuned carefully to the rhythm we create. Neon breathing between us, teaching patience how to wait. You don't say much tonight, and I don't ask you to. Your quieter eyes first before your body does. It settles in the room like a second temperature. Something warm, something close, something I don't measure. You sit beside me slowly as the sound might break us. Your presence heavier than anything spoken, and I feel it immediately. The way you change the air, how my shoulders soften just knowing you're there. Your silence against my skin, not cold, not distant, just close enough to lean in like a hand without movement. Every unspoken thought resting where words have been. This isn't absence, it's your silence against my skin. The lamp hums low. touches mine before we do tonight. I notice the space you keep, the way you respect it, as if closeness is something earned by patience. Your knee brushes my leg so lightly, it could be chance, but it stays, and that's the difference. No apology, no comment, just contact, learning its place. And my body answers quietly without needing your face. Your silence against my skin speaks in pressure and heat, in the way you don't pull back when our breathing meets. I don't need explanations or reasons or names. The stillness tells me enough without shaping a phrase. I turn my wrist slowly, let her rest near your hand, close enough to be chosen, close enough to understand. You don't grab, you don't rush, your fingers barely there, and somehow that restraint is what undoes me the most. There's history in the way you avoid filling the room, as if you've learned what noise can consume. And I respect that language, the calm, careful restraint, how desire can exist without needing to state. Your silence against my skin is a promise to breathe, that says I'm here without begging me. Your thumb presses once, then waits, then stays, like it's listening for what my body says. I lean in slightly and you let it happen. No shift, no tension, just alignment, like two things finally agreeing on where they belong. And the quiet grows thicker but never wrong. Time moves carefully here, as if it knows better than to interrupt something this delicate, this tethered. I feel your warmth through fabric, through space, and it feels more intimate than a kiss on the face. Your silence against my skin lingers longer than sound. It stays when the moment is trying to wind down, even when we eventually move, even when the light changes. I know I'll remember this as we're everything rearranged, not because of what you said, but because you didn't, because you let your quiet rest where I could feel it, and taught me how closeness doesn't need to shout. Sometimes the deepest connection is what we leave out. The clock glows without blinking, 2 a.m. like it means something. Curtains have closed, undecided, letting the city looking halfway. Streetlight spills and crooked lines across the floor, across your back as you lean on the window frame, like you're listening to the dark. Nothing feels urgent anymore. Even my thoughts slow down. The night presses gently, like it wants us to stay inside it. Curtains have closed at 2 a.m. Not hiding, not exposed, just enough distance from the world to keep what matters close. Your reflection in the glass and me behind you still. This moment balanced carefully on the edge of still. Just to share the same air. Your breath fogs the window, then disappears somewhere there. You don't turn around, but you know I'm near. I feel it in the way your shoulders lose their fear. The city keeps breathing outside. Sirens softened by sleeping here. Every sound learns how to be discreet. The hum of the building, the click of the heater, the quiet language of being closer. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. when everything feels real. Without needing proof, without needing to reveal. Your hand rests on the sill, mine almost finds your waist. The space between those decisions, thick with deliberate pace. I wonder what you're thinking, but I don't ask tonight. Some questions belong to this particular life, the kind that forgives faces, that smooths every line, that makes hesitation feel intentional. Fine, you finally turn toward me, slow like turning is a risk. Your eyes catch a street light and hold it, then drift to my lips. Not hunger, not demand, just a quiet invitation. You trust me to understand. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. The word reduced to glow. Your body inches closer than waist from mine. No, I don't give it, I give you stillness instead, letting the choice arrive through the way my body's led. We stand there breathing like time forgot us on purpose. No past pressing in, no future asking for service. Just 2 figures outlined in borrowed patient light, deciding how close feels right. When we finally touch, it's almost accidental. My hand at your side, soft, unceremonial, but the night feels it. The room shifts its tone, as if something quiet has found its home. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. I'll remember this view. The city blurred behind you, the way you never moved. Too fast, too far, just enough to stay caught between outside and in, where we chose to remain. You moved away without meaning to. Just a shift, just a breath, but something remained. Right where you left, the air held its shape, like it learned you, like it wasn't ready to forget that fast. And I noticed it immediately. The absence that wasn't empty, the echo of your warmth, still steady. A space where your hands stayed, still humming, still aware, as if a touch has memory, as if it lingers there. I don't reach for it, I let it exist. This quiet after contact, hard to resist. We're sitting side by side, not as close as before, yet closer than strangers ever dare to be. My skin remembers pressure even when nothing's there, and my body leans slightly toward what it can't share. You're looking ahead, pretending nothing changed, but your shoulders tell me you feel it the same. That subtle distance, charged in a way like one small movement could cause a quake. The space where your hand stayed feels warmer than the rest. A soft distortion in the room right above my chest. I swear if I moved into it, it would recognize me, welcome me back like it's meant to be. Time slows down around us, as if circling that place, not touching it, just giving it space. I think about saying something, but words will ruin the shape. This feeling needs quiet to fully escape. You finally glance at me, quick, careful, brief, as if checking if I notice the grief, or the want, or the restraint in your eyes, the way you pulled away to stay kind. The space where your hand stayed is louder than sound. It says everything without making a pound. It tells me you hesitated, not because you didn't care, but because caring was already there. I shift slightly closer, not closing the gap, just enough to acknowledge what didn't collapse. You exhale slower, like you felt it too. This silent agreement passing through. Nothing dramatic happens, and that's the truth. Desire doesn't always move in obvious proof. Sometimes it stays suspended, unclaimed, aware, like the shape of a hand still hanging in air. The space where your hand stayed eventually cools, but it never disappears. It just changes its rules. It becomes memory, becomes tension, becomes part of the night that taught us intention. Later when we're apart, I'll still feel that place, not on my skin, but somewhere deeper. A quiet reminder of how closeness can remain, even after touch. Chooses restraint. I'm just barely trying tonight, whole life almost tired. I can almost this room is seen in the desert. Shadows sit in corners, not moving, not shy. And my thoughts get louder, the quieter we are. You're on the other side of the dead, not far, not near, close enough to feel you, far enough to fear. The space between us feels intentional now, like a question we're both refusing to ask out loud. Oh, heavy thoughts pressing down on my chest. A vague glass waited with what we haven't confessed. I'm not sad, not restless, just full of something unnamed. Desire mixed with memory, soft, uncontained. Your phone lights up once, then goes dark again, like even it understands this isn't the moment. You run your hand through your hair, so distracted, and I wonder what version of me you're silently imagining. The night outside hums low, traffic softened by rain. Inside my mind circles the same quiet terrain. I think about distance, about telling, about choice, about how close you are without using your voice. Light, heavy thoughts moving slower than time, each one landing gently but refusing to lie. I wanna reach for you, not to pull, not to claim, just to see if the weight lifts a little with your name. You speak eventually, something small, something plain, but the meaning stretches far beyond the sentence you say. I answer carefully, as if words could bruise, as if honesty needs to be used. Slow to your eyes meet mine and look away, not from disinterest, but from everything they say. I feel the tension settle right under my skin, that quiet understanding we're both living in. Oh, heavy thoughts share without exchange, two people carrying the same thing, but naming it would change with shape at this moment. The safety of unknowing, sometimes weight feels better than letting something open. I turn onto my side, face you fully now crossing the distance, just closing the angle. Somehow you don't move closer, but you don't move away, and that stillness says enough for today. The light grows softer, or maybe my eyes do, as the night deepens around me and you. My guide slowly pace, learning how to rest, baby, 'cause I'm always needing best. Sometimes it just means death. Oh, light, heavy thoughts, I let them stay. They don't need solving, they don't need a way out of this room, out of this night. They belong right here in this almost as quiet as slow light. The clock is still on the wall, but it stopped asking questions. Minutes slipping quietly out of their own direction. The room feels wider somehow, or maybe we've narrowed in to this one shared moment when nothing else gets in. Your jacket lies on the floor like a decision already made, but your eyes are careful, like you're still halfway. Not of me, but of what happens when time loosens its hold. When the room forgot time, everything softened its grip. Seconds stretch into breathing. Every movement learned how to drift. No before, no after, just this slow design. Two bodies adjusting to the absence of time. We speak less and less, not because there's nothing left, but because language feels loud next to the way we connect. Your hand rests on your thigh, mine stays where it is. The patience between those choices, thick, deliberate. Light from the hallway spills and then fades as the door settles. Even the house seems to know this moment needs gentler rules. I notice the way you blink, slower than before, as if your body's learning a different rhythm. When the room forgot time, your breath became the guide. I followed it quietly, let it set the tide. Inhale, exhale, a private metronome, teaching my heartbeat how to come home. I lean back against the headboard, you mirror me without planning. Two shapes finding comfort in unspoken understanding. Your knee angles toward mine, not touching but aligned, and something ancient in me finally unwinds. I think about reaching out, but the thought dissolves into simply staying. The stillness feels resolved, like movement would rush what's meant to unfold, like waiting is part of what makes it whole. When the room forgot time, desire learned to sit without asking for proof, without forcing its fit. It just existed, warm, aware, moving through the air like shared breath. Eventually our fingers meet, soft, unannounced. No spark, no drama, just presence found. You don't tighten your grip, you don't pull away, and in that neutrality something profound stays. The outside world returns slowly, as if knocking from far, but we don't answer yet. We're still where we are, inside this pause, this delicate frame where nothing is measured and nothing needs a name. When the room forgot time, I understood the cost of always chasing moments until their meaning is lost. Sometimes the deepest connection isn't marked or defined, it's simply what happens when the room forgets time. The air feels thicker than before, like it's been holding something since you walked in. Windows closed, curtains still, the night pressing its weight against the glass. Nothing moves fast here, not our thoughts, not our bodies. Even the light seems delayed, as if it has to think before landing on your skin. You sit close enough that warmth becomes noticeable, not dramatic, just present, a quiet signal that my body answers without permission. Heat trapped in slow motion, circling where we don't touch. Every second stretching longer than it ever connection, but aligned in that almost is more than contact ever could. I feel the heat collect right there in the space we're respecting. You exhale slow like you're trying not to rush yourself, like you know once you move something changes shape, and neither of us is ready to redraw the lines. Heat trapped in slow motion, no direction, no escape, it stays suspended, refusing to fade. Your eyes linger half a second too long, and that's enough to tell me everything. I notice the smallest things, the way your fingers flexed and relaxed, as if they're deciding whether stillness is an action too. The way your jaw tightens, then softens again. We speak in fragments, sentences that don't finish, because finishing them would require momentum. And tonight, choosing suspension over outcome. Heat trapped in slow motion, settling deep under skin, not burning, just constant, like a memory forming before the moment ends. I don't need more than this awareness that you feel it too. My shoulder brushes yours, barely, the reaction is internal. No flinch, no spark, just a deeper temperature spreading quietly through places no one sees. Time loses definition, minutes melt in a posture, into breath, into the way we lean without committing. How closeness becomes a language spoken entirely in restraint. Heat trapped in slow motion teaches the body how to listen, how to wait, how to hold desire without demanding proof that it deserves to stay. Eventually you move just enough to breathe easier, and the heat shifts, but it doesn't disappear. It stays behind, embedded in the moment, like evidence of how close we came. Later when the room cools and the night moves on, this warmth will still exist, somewhere quiet, a reminder that not everything intense needs to explode. Some things are meant to linger. It happens without a signal, no sound, no cue. Just a shared stillness that wasn't there before, like the room collectively decided to wait. Your face is close enough now that I notice details, the way your eyes soften right before you stop moving, how your breath changes. Remind us we don't lean in yet. We hover, suspend between intention and restraint, and that pause feels heavier than motion. A pause before we lean in, where everything aligns, hands halfway certain, hearts not crossing lines. This is the moment no one talks about, the space where desire decides out loud. It's allowed. Your lips part slightly, not asking, not offering, just existing in possibility. And I swear time narrows to the distance between our mouths. Nothing else survives the reduction. I feel my body prepare, then stop, like it's learning that waiting can be active, that stillness can carry as much meaning as touch. A pause before we lean in, thick with unspent heat, every breath shared carefully so it doesn't break the beat. We're not afraid, we're aware, and that awareness just calibration, like you're checking if the moment can hold what it's about to become. The light flickers once barely, but it feels significant, like punctuation marking the sentence we haven't finished writing. A pause before we lean in is where honesty lives, before promises form, before consequence gives. This is the last quiet place before closeness becomes real, before fantasy learns how it feels. My breath catches, not because I'm unsure, but because certainty can be overwhelming too. I want this slow, I want this precise, I want the memory to feel like intention. Your forehead rests against mine, no kiss, no rush, just contact without consumption, and it feels impossibly intimate, like we skip steps and arrive somewhere deeper. A pause before we lean in extends longer than expected, and neither of us interrupts it. We let the tension mature instead of forcing release, letting desire prove it can stay gentle. When we finally move, it's barely movement at all, more like permission than action. And even then, part of me stays right here in this pause, where everything was possible. The light comes from somewhere low, not bright enough to explain it, so just a red glow, climbing the walls, finding your shoulders, like it knows where to rest. You've taken enough more than before, not in a way that asks for notice, just a quiet adjustment that changes the room. And I feel it immediately, the shift, the exposure, the truth. Red reflections on my shoulder, moving when you breathe, painting warmth onto the skin, slowly deliberately. This isn't about what's shown, it's about what's around. How closeness rewrites the rules without making a sound. You touch slightly, and the light follows you, tracing a line from neck to arm. I don't touch yet, but my eyes long first how to stay respectful, and then done at the same time. The air feels warmer here, or maybe that's just perception. Desire can change temperature without permission. Your posture softens like you're settling into yourself, like being seen this way doesn't feel dangerous. Red reflections on beige shoulders, So I let my fingers hover a breath away, feeling heat without contact, burning how much is already enough. You exhale when I finally touch just the top of your mouth, soft, unclaimed, and the light seems to deepen, as if responding, as if approves. Red reflections on bare shoulders, open moment in place. My thumb barely moving, like motion would erase what we're golden here. This careful intensity, this closeness that doesn't rush its own density. Lean back slightly into my presence, not present, just acknowledging that I'm there. But this touch is welcome, that the line between us is thinning. We don't speak, the light does the talking, casting confidence and doubt in the same breath. The skin worn under my hands steadily up, and I realize how rare it is to feel this careful. This close, red reflections on their shoulders will stay with me long after the light changes, long after we move. Not because of what happened, but because of how slowly it did. How intention was allowed to breathe. It wasn't what you did, but stay with me. It was what you chose not to do. A moment of quietly, no warning, no build, just closeness becoming real before either of us named it. My hand moved on instinct, not brave, not certain, and I waited right there for your answer. The way you didn't cool away, somewhat untouched ever could. No sudden movement, no hesitation, misunderstood. Just stillness that held exactly where we were, like you decided this was worth staying for. Your body stayed soft, not frozen, not tense. A permission given through absence of defense. I felt the trust settle before desire did. changed everything. The room didn't react. I'm shifting by the sound, but something internal found new ground. My bright soul is yours matched it. Two systems adjusting without instruction. The way you didn't pull away created space to feel without rushing into outcome, without forcing what's real. Your eyes stood on mine, not asking for more, just confirming this wasn't a mistake. I noticed my own restraint, how careful I became, as if your stance deserved violence. I didn't wanna take what was being offered. I wanted, I needed at the same level. Your fingers flexed once, then relaxed. A tiny detail that felt in honest, like you were checking your soul and choosing presence over protection. The way you didn't pull away echoed in my chest, a quiet reassurance that closeness could last, like here, without proving itself, without becoming performance. Time passed gently, like it was on our side. Minutes folding softly, one into another. No rush to escalate, no fear retreat, just two people existing in proximity. Eventually we shifted it, 'cause bodies need to move, but the meaning stayed anchored in that earlier truth that sometimes intimacy isn't in the advance, but in the moment nothing stops it. The way you didn't pull away will outlast the night. God has a memory of touch, but of excite. That connection can be quiet, can be almost invisible, yet still feel undeniably earned. The lampshade turns everything kinda, edges blur, colors forgive. The room looks like it's remembering every gentle thing we didn't live. You sit close enough to cast a shadow that moves when you breathe. The light wraps around your face like it's trying to keep a secret. We don't face each other fully. Confessions feel safer at an angle. Eyes somewhere else, voices low enough to belong only to this space. a steady, patient sound, holding the room together while our words loosen their guard. I offer something back, not a story, just a feeling, and you nod like you recognize it. Lampshade glow, soft confessions turn silence into a language. Pauses become invitations, not gaps we need to manage. Your hand rests open on the bed between us, as if honesty has weight. I trace the seam of my sleeve while I talk, keeping my body busy so my voice can stay calm. You don't interrupt, you let the words arrive, and that patience feels like touch. There's relief in being heard without being handled, without advice, without correction, just presence, just shared understanding, settling into the room. Lampshade glow, soft confessions make closeness feel earned, like intimacy starts where defenses learn to lower themselves gently, without collapsing, without fear. At some point we stop talking, not because there's nothing left, but because what's left doesn't need sound. The lamp keeps glowing, steady, warm, as if proud of us. I rest my head back, you stay where you are, and the quiet between us feels complete, not empty. This isn't the end of the night, it's the part we'll remember. Lampshade glow, soft confessions will stay with me longer than touch ever could. A reminder that sometimes the deepest closeness comes from being seen in the softest light, without needing to move. We stop without agreeing to, like our bodies reach the same conclusion at the same second. Movements phase and something sharper takes its place. Your hand is close to mine, close enough to finish the thought, but neither of us does. We stay suspended, as if stillness is the point. Holding still to feel more, letting sensation rise on its own. Every nerve waking quietly, now the motion is gone. This isn't restraint born from fear, it's attention, it's choosing to listen longer. I notice the weight of your presence, how it fills the room without pressing against it. Your breath slows and mine follows, like it's been waiting for permission to settle. Holding still to feel more changes the scale of everything. A glance feels heavier, a breath feels deliberate. Even time seems unsure of how to behave when nothing is chasing it. My shoulder aches slightly from not adjusting, and I welcome it, a reminder that I'm here fully, we're not rushing toward relief. You swallow softly, a sound that shouldn't matter, but does in the quiet we've built. It lands like a confession you weren't planning to make. Holding still to feel mornings, noticing what usually gets skipped. The warmth collecting between us, the hum under your silence. The way desire doesn't disappear when ignored, it deepens. I feel the urge to move, rise and fall inside me like a tide, and I let it pass, not denying it, just allowing it to exist without action. Your eyes close for a moment, then open again, as if you checked something internal and decided to stay right here with me. In this pulling still to feel more is an agreement without words of mutual patience that feels strangely intimate, like we trust each other not to rush the ending of something still forming. When we eventually shift, it's subtle, inevitable, and almost disappointing, because part of me wanted to remain in that held breath a little longer. But I know the stillness did its work. It taught our bodies how deep sensation can go when it's given time, space and silence. Holding still to feel more isn't about denial, it's about depth, and tonight that feels like everything. It doesn't announce itself, it just settles in somewhere between my chest and the way I look at you. Nothing dramatic changes, the room stays the same. Same light, same shadows, but the air feels heavier, like it's holding tension. Sit across from me, close enough to notice how often you swallow, how your hands rest still as if movement might reveal too much. The quiet weight of wanting presses without sound, not urgency, not need, just something dense and grounded. It doesn't ask for relief, it asks to be felt. I become aware of my posture, how I lean without realizing how my body responds before my thoughts to desire arrives. This way, subtle, patient, persistent. The quiet weight of wanting shows up in small choices, and how I don't look away when I probably should, and how silence stretches instead of breaking, because neither of us wants to be the first sound. Your knee shifts slightly closer, then still a movement so small it feels intentional, and I feel the pull not to follow but to stay right where I am. I think about speaking, but words feel inadequate, too sharp for this texture. Wanting isn't loud tonight, it's something you carry carefully so it doesn't spill. The quiet weight of wanting teaches patience, the kind that isn't learned but discovered when the body realizes it can hold more than it ever tried to before. Your eyes meet mine longer than necessary, and neither of us looks away. That's when it deepens, that's when the weight finds its place and stops shifting. I feel it in my breath, slower, heavier each inhale, deliberate, as if oxygen itself needs permission to pass through. The quiet weight of wanting doesn't demand action, it invites awareness. It asks me to stay present, to honor the feeling weight of wanting isn't something to escape, it's something to recognize. And tonight recognition feels sensual. The room is breathing low tonight. I can know sweet moon rush. Red light leaking through the blinds, soft enough to forget us. Your jacket hangs like a witness on the back of the chair. Everything unnecessary has learned to disappear. As it goes, not touching yet. Letting the cry speak first. There's a patience in your eyes, like you're waiting for the worst, or maybe the best. We never say which. Velvet shadows on the wall, moving slow and we move slow. Every second stretching in like it doesn't wanna go. You and me, you can smile like accidental, then not. The kind of moment you feel more than you thought. The clock forgets its joke somewhere behind the noise of your breath found in rhythm with the tremble in my voice. I talk about nothing, you listen like it bladders. Your hand rests in your mind, crossing invisible borders. There's a story in the silence, heavy, warm, unfinished. I don't ask what it goes, I don't ask what it is, I just stay right here in the almost. There'll be shadows on the wall, painting shapes we don't name. I bend in around your shoulders like it's lining your frame. I lean closer then stop right before skin meets skin, letting the tension sink deeper in. Your fingers trace the air a few inches from my wrist, close enough to brownness, far enough to resist. I swear the room is listening, holding its breath with us, waiting to see if we'll cross or pause. I feel you before you touch me, feel you before you try. Desire moving quietly so it doesn't scare the night. This isn't fire, it's heat that stays, the kind that lingers for days. talk about tomorrow. It's too low for this place. Right now isn't now. The way you look at my face, as if you're memorizing something fragile and rare. As if even later might hurt more if you care. So we sit in the red glow, letting minutes dissolve towards moving carefully, not trying to resolve anything beyond this feeling, this quiet shared spell. Velvet shadows on the wall, watching us. The lights are lower than before, not off, just undecided. Like the room is giving us permission to stay undefined. Your outline moves closer, losing details, gaining weight. I don't need to see you clearly to feel everything you create. My fingers hesitate in the space between your breath and mine, as if the dark itself is something to learn over time. Fingers learn in the dark, memorizing shape, not sight. Every inch discovered slowly, like a secret kept by night. I don't rush the unknown, I let it speak, I let it start. This isn't touching yet, it's fingers learn in the dark. Your voice comes softer now, almost swallowed by air. Words falling unfinished, but I still catch them there. They land on my shoulders, stay longer than they should, like you're testing the quiet to see if it's good. I trace the edge of your sleeve, now your skin, not yet. Letting the tension build, where patience and want have met. The dark teaches gently what light would rush through. How to listen with my hands, how to move without view. Fingers learn in the dark, following heat, following sound. The way your body answers without making a pound. Every pause feels intentional, every breath leaves a mark. I'm not lost in this moment, I'm learning the dark. Somewhere the city keeps going, car signals, open eyes. But in here the world has narrowed to where your shadow lies. I could close my eyes forever and still know where you are. By the pull, by the warmth, by the way you don't pull far. Your wrist under my thumb beats honest, slow, telling me things your mouth won't show. And I stay right there, counting time by your pulse, letting desire stretch instead of convulse. Fingers learn in the dark, the curve of doubt, the line of trust. How closeness feels different when it's quiet, when it's just two people not naming what's growing this slow. Letting it become real by letting it grow. I finally touch your skin and nothing breaks. No thunder, no rush, just the softest quake. Like the room nods gently, like it saw this coming. Like the dark itself has been patiently humming, so I move with care, as if touch is a language I'm still learning to speak without damage. Every contact a question you answer by staying by, breathing closer by not pulling away. Fingers learn in the dark, still curious, still calm. This isn't about taking, it's about where we land. When sight steps aside and feeling takes its part, this slow, quiet devotion to learn in the dark. The city bleeds through the window, pink and blue out of focus, neon caught in the glass, like it doesn't want to watch us. We don't turn it away, we let it stay, color in the room with borrowed light. Your face half shadow, half something I remember when I can't sleep at night. There's space between our bodies, but it's thin, it's alive, filled with breath, with waiting, with things we don't say out loud. I can hear you inhale like you're choosing the moment, like timing still matters somehow. Neon breathing between us, soft pulses, slow exchange, every breath crossing over, quietly changing shape. I feel you before contact, feel the heat, feel the trust. This closeness isn't touching, it's almost, and that's enough. Your eyes follow the light as it moves across my wall. I wonder if you're thinking or not thinking at all. Your hand rests open like an unanswered thought, not reaching, not hiding, just letting itself be caught. The room hums low, electric restraining, like the night outside, pressed against the pain. And I swear the air thickens each time we breathe the same oxygen, turning heavier each time you say my name. Neon breathing between us, in sync without a plan, two chests rising slowly, learning each other's span. Your knee inches closer, then stops, then stays, like you're listening to what my silence said. I speak softly on purpose, so the moment won't crack. My voice feels different here, like I might not get it back. You lean in to hear me, and the space gets smaller, filled with color, with warmth, with something harder to swallow. I notice everything, the way your jaw tightens, then lets go, the way your breath stutters when mine moves slow. This isn't urgency, it's precision, every second placed just so. Neon breathing between us, no rush, no disguise, the glow tracing your collarbone like it knows where to lie. I finally brush your arm just enough to confirm that the heat I imagined was real, was earned. You don't move away, you breathe deeper instead, and something unspoken settles quietly in my chest. Not a promise, not a claim, just a shared understanding that this moment is ours because we're not demanding. So we stay in the half-light, letting the city watch, letting the neon flicker as the seconds stretching on. Two bodies tuned carefully to the rhythm we create. Neon breathing between us, teaching patience how to wait. You don't say much tonight, and I don't ask you to. Your quiet arrives first, before your body does. It settles in the room like a second temperature. Something warm, something close, something I don't measure. You sit beside me slowly, as if sound might break us. Your presence heavier than anything spoken, and I feel it immediately. The way you change the air, how my shoulders soften, just knowing you're there. Your silence against my skin, not cold, not distant, just close enough to lean in, like a hand without movement. Every unspoken thought resting where words have been. This is an absence. It's your silence against my skin. The lamp hums low, a tired kind of light. Your shadow touches mine. Before we do tonight, I notice the space you keep, the way you respect it, as if closeness is something earned by patience. Your knee brushes my leg, so lightly it could be chance, but it stays, and that's the difference. No apology, no comment, just contact, learning its place. And my body answers quietly without needing your face. Your silence against my skin speaks in pressure and heat, in the way you don't pull back when our breathing meets. I don't need explanations or reasons or names. The stillness tells me enough without shape in a phrase. I turn my wrist slowly, let it rest near your hand, close enough to be chosen, close enough to understand. You don't grab, you don't rush, your fingers barely there, and somehow that restraint is what undoes me the most. There's history in the way you avoid filling the room, as if you've learned what noise can consume. And I respect that language, the calm, careful restraint, how desire can exist without needing to stay. Your silence against my skin is a promise that breathes. It says I'm here without begging me. Your thumb presses once, then waits, then stays like it's listening for what my body says. I lean in slightly and you let it happen. No shift, no tension, just alignment, like two things finally agreeing on where they belong. And the quiet grows thicker but never wrong. Time moves carefully here, as if it knows better than to interrupt something this delicate, this tethered. I feel your warmth through fabric, through space, and it feels more intimate than a kiss on the face. Your silence against my skin lingers longer than sound. It stays when a moment is trying to wind down. Even we eventually move, even when the light changes, I know I'll remember this is where everything rearranged. Not because of what you said, but because you didn't. Because you let your quiet rest where I could feel it, and taught me how closeness doesn't need to shout. Sometimes the deepest connection is what we leave out. Clock glows without blinking, 2 a.m. like it means something. Curtains half closed, undecided, letting the city looking halfway. close at 2 a.m. Not hiding, not exposed. Just enough distance from the world to keep what matters close. Your reflection in the glass, me behind you still. This moment balanced carefully on the edge of still. I move closer, not to touch, just to share the same air. Your breath fogs the window, then disappears somewhere there. You don't turn around, but you know I'm near. I feel it in the way your shoulders lose their fear. The city keeps breathing outside, sirens softened by sleep. In here every sound learns how to be discreet. The hum of the building, the click of the heater, the quiet language of being closer. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. when everything feels real. Without needing proof, without needing to reveal, your hand rests on the sill. Mine almost finds your waist, the space between those decisions, thick with deliberate pace. I wonder what you're thinking, but I don't ask tonight. Some questions belong to this particular light, the kind that forget faces, that smooths every line, that makes hesitation feel intentional fine. You finally turn toward me, slow like turning is a risk. Your eyes catch the street light and hold it, then drift to my lips. Not hunger, not demand, just a quiet invitation. You trust me to understand. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. The world reduced to glow. Your body inches closer, then waits for mine. No, I don't give it, I give you stillness instead. Letting the choice arrive through the way my body's led. We stand there, breathing like time forgot us on purpose. No past pressing in, no future asking for a service. Just two figures outlined and borrowed patient light, deciding how close feels right. When we finally touch, it's almost accidental. My hand at your side, soft, unceremonial, but the night feels it. The room shifts its tone as if something quiet has found its home. Curtains half closed at 2 a.m. I'll remember this view, the city blurred behind you, the way you never moved too fast, too far, just enough to stay. Caught between outside and in, where we chose to remain. You moved away without meaning to. Just a shift, just a breath, but something remained right where you left. The air held its shape, like it learned you, like it wasn't ready to forget that fast. And I noticed it immediately. The absence that wasn't empty, the echo of your warmth still steady. The space where your hand stays still humming, still aware, as if it touches memory, as if it lingers there. I don't reach for it, I let it exist. This quiet after contact, hard to resist. We're sitting side by side, not as close as before, yet closer than strangers ever dare to be. My skin remembers pressure even when nothing's there, and my body leans slightly toward what it can't share. You're looking ahead, pretending nothing changed, but your shoulders tell me you feel it the same. That subtle distance, charged and awake, like one small movement could cause a quake. The space where your hands stay feels warmer than the rest. A soft distortion in the room right above my chest. I swear if I moved into it, I'd recognize me. Welcome me back like it's meant to be. Time slows down around us as if circling the place, not touching it, just giving it space. I think about saying something, but words will ruin the shape. This feeling needs quiet to fully escape. You finally glance at me, quick, careful, brief, as if checking if I noticed the grief or the wine or the restraint in your eyes, the way you pulled away to stay kind. The space where your hands stayed is louder than sound. It says everything without making a pound. It tells me you hesitated, not because you didn't care, but because caring was already there. I shift slightly closer, not closing the gap, just enough to acknowledge what didn't collapse. You exhale slower, like you felt it too. This silent agreement passing through. Nothing dramatic happens, and that's the truth. Desire doesn't always move in obvious proof. Sometimes it stays suspended, unclaimed, aware, like the shape of a hand still hanging there. The space where your hand stayed eventually cools, but it never disappears. It just changes its rules. It becomes memory, becomes tension, becomes part of the night that taught us intention. Later when we're apart, I'll still feel that place, not on my skin, but somewhere deeper, quiet reminder of how closeness can remain even after touch chooses restraint. The land is barely turned tonight. Low light, almost tired, like it knows this room has seen enough desire. Shadows sit in corners, not moving, not shy. And my thoughts get louder the quieter we are. You're on the other side of the bed, not far, not near, close enough to feel you, far enough to fear. The space between us feels intentional now, like a question we're both refusing to ask out loud. Low light, heavy thoughts pressing down on my chest. Every glimpse weighted with what we haven't confessed. I'm not sad, not restless, just full of something unnamed. Desire mixed with memory, soft, uncontained. Your phone lights up once, then goes dark again, like even it understands this isn't the moment. You run your hand through your hair, slow, distracted, And I wonder what version of me you're silently imagining. The night outside hums low, traffic softened by rain. Inside my mind circles the same quiet terrain. I think about distance, about timing, about choice, about how close you are without using your voice. The night outside hums low, traffic softened by rain. Inside my mind circles the same quiet terrain. I think about distance, about timing, about choice, about how close you are without using your voice. You speak eventually, something small, something plain, but the meaning stretches far beyond the sentence you say. I answer carefully, as if words could bruise, as if honesty needs to be used. Slow to your eyes meet mine and look away, not from disinterest, but from everything they'd say. I feel the tension settle right under my skin, that quiet understanding both living in. Low light, heavy thoughts shared without exchange. Two people carrying the same thing, but naming it would change the shape of this moment. The safety of not knowing. Sometimes wait feels better than letting something open. I turn onto my side, face you fully now. Not crossing the distance, just closing the angle somehow. You don't move closer, but you don't move away. And that stillness says enough for today. The light grows softer, or maybe my eyes do, as the night deepens around me and you. My thoughts slow their pace, learning how to rest. Heavy doesn't always mean bad, sometimes it just means depth. Oh, light, heavy thoughts, I let them stay. They don't need solving, they don't need a way out of this room, out of this night. They belong right here in this almost, this quiet, this low. The clock is still on the wall, but it stopped asking questions. Minutes slipping quietly out of their own direction. The room feels wider somehow, or maybe we've narrowed in to this one shared moment where nothing else gets in. Your jacket lies on the floor like a decision already made, but your eyes are careful, like you're still halfway afraid. Not of me, but of what happens when time loosens its hold. When the room forgot time, everything softened its grip. Second stretched into breathing. Every movement learned how to drift. No before, no after, just a slow design. Two bodies adjusting to the absence of time. We speak less and less, not because there's nothing left, but because language feels loud next to the way we connect. Your hand rests on your thigh, mine stays where it is. The patience between those choices, thick, deliberate. Light from the hallway spills in and fades as the door settles. Even the house seems to know this moment needs gentle rules. I notice the way you blink, slower than before, as if your body's learning a different rhythm. When the room forgot time, your breath became the guide. I followed it quietly, let it set the tide. Inhale, exhale, a private metronome, teaching my heartbeat how to come home. I lean back against the headboard. You mirror me without planning. Two shapes finding comfort in unspoken understanding. Your knee angles toward mine, not touching but aligned, and something ancient in me finally unwinds. I think about reaching out, but the thought dissolves into simply staying. The stillness feels resolved, like movement would rush what's meant to unfold, like waiting is part of what makes it whole. When the room forgot time, desire learned to sit without asking for proof, without forcing its fit. It just existed, warm aware, moving through the air like shared breath. Eventually our fingers meet, soft, unannounced. No spark, no drama, just presence found. You don't tighten your grip, you don't pull away, and in that neutrality something profound stays. The outside world returns slowly, as if knocking from far. But we don't answer yet, we're still where we are. Inside this pause, this delicate frame, where nothing is measured and nothing needs a name. When the room forgot time, I understood the cost of always chasing moments until their meaning is lost. Sometimes the deepest connection isn't marked or defined. It's simply what happens when the room forgets time. Time. The air feels thicker than before, like it's been holding something since you walked in. Windows closed, curtains still, the night pressing its weight against the glass. Nothing moves fast here, not our thoughts, not our bodies. Even the light seems delayed, as if it has to think before landing on your skin. You sit close enough that warmth becomes noticeable. Not dramatic, just present, a quiet signal that my body answers without permission. Heat trapped in slow motion, circling where we don't touch. Every second stretching longer than it ever should. This isn't urgency, it's pressure without release. Desire, learning patience in the shape of peace. Your elbow rests near my side, not touching but aligned in that almost. Does more than contact ever could. I feel the heat collect right there in the space we're respecting. You exhale slowly, like you're trying not to rush yourself. Like you know once you move, something changes shape, and neither of us is ready to redraw the line. trapped in slow motion, no direction, no escape. It stays suspended, refusing to fade. Your eyes linger half a second too long, and that's enough to tell me everything. I notice the smallest things, the way your fingers flex and relax, and just deciding whether stillness is an action, to the way your jaw tightens and softens again. We speak in fragments, sentences that don't finish, because finishing them would require a momentum. And tonight we're choosing suspension over outcome. He trapped in slow motion, settling deep under skin, not burning, just constant, like a memory forming before the moment ends. I don't need more than this awareness that you feel it too. My shoulder brushes yours barely, and the reaction is internal. No flinch, no spark, just a deeper temperature spreading quietly through places no one sees. Time loses definition, minutes melt into posture, into breath, into the way we lean without committing. How closeness becomes a language spoken entirely in restraint. He trapped in slow motion, teaches the body how to listen, how to wait, how to hold desire without demanding proof that it deserves to stay. Eventually you move just enough to breathe easier, and the heat shifts, but it doesn't disappear. It stays behind, embedded in the moment, like evidence of how close we came. Later when the room cools and the night moves on, this warmth will still exist. Somewhere quiet, a reminder that not everything intense needs to explode. Some things are meant to linger. It happened without a signal, no sound, no cue, just a shared stillness that wasn't there before. Like the room collectively decided to wait. Your face is close enough now that I notice details, the way your eyes soften right before you stop moving, how your breath changes when mine does. We don't lean in yet, we hover, suspend between intention and restraint, and that pause feels heavier than motion. A pause before we lean in, where everything aligns, hands halfway certain, hearts not crossing lines. This is the moment no one talks about, the space where desire decides how loud it's allowed. Your lips part slightly, not asking, not offering, just existing in possibility. And I swear time narrows to the distance between our mouths. Nothing else survives that reduction. I feel my body prepare, then stop, like it's learning that waiting can be active, that stillness can carry as much meaning as touch. A pause before we lean in, thick with unspent heat, every breath shared carefully so it doesn't break the beat. We're not afraid, we're aware, and that awareness changes everything. I notice your hand lift and settle back down, not rejection, just calibration, like you're checking if the moment real. Before fantasy learns how it feels. My breath catches not because I'm unsure, but because certainty can be overwhelming too. Oh, I want this slow, I want this precise, I want the memory to feel like intention. Your forehead rests against mine. No kiss, no rush, just contact without consumption. And it feels impossibly intimate, like we skip steps and arrive somewhere deeper. A pause before we lean in extends longer than expected, and neither of us interrupts it. We let the tension mature instead of forcing release, letting desire prove it can stay gentle. When we finally move, it's barely movement at all, more like permission than action. And even then, part of me stays right here in this pause where everything was possible. Light comes from somewhere low, not bright enough to explain itself. Just a red glow climbing the road, finding your shoulders like it knows where to rest. You've taken off than before, not in a way that asks for notice, just a quiet adjustment that changes the room, and I feel it immediately. The shift, the exposure, the trust, reflections on their shoulders, moving when you breathe, painting warmth on the skin, slowly, deliberately. This isn't about what's shown, it's about what's allowed. How closeness rewrites the rules without making a sound. You turn slightly, and the light follows you, tracing the line from neck to arm. I don't touch yet, I let my eyes learn first how to stay respectful, and undone at the same time. Yeah, it feels warmer here, maybe that's just perception. Desire can change temperature without permission. Your posture softens, like you're settling into yourself, like being seen this way doesn't feel the contrast, shadow meeting skin. The way the light makes you look both real and imagined, like a memory forming while it's still happening. My hand lifts slowly, gives you time to stop me. You don't, so seems to deepen, as if responding, as if the room approves. Red reflections on bare shoulders hold the moment in place. Nothing barely moving, like motion would erase all we're building here. This careful intensity, this closeness that doesn't rush its own density. You lean back slightly into my presence, not pressing, just acknowledging that I'm there, that this touch is welcome, that the line between us is thin. We don't speak, the light does, but talking, guessing, confidence and doubt in the same breath. Your skin warm under mine, steady, and I realize how rare it is to feel this careful and this close. Reflections on their shoulders, they'll stay with me long after the light changes, long after we move, not because of what happened, but because of how slow you did. How intention was allowed to breathe. It wasn't what you did that stayed with me. It was what you chose not to do. The moment arrived quietly, no warning, no doubt. Just closeness becoming real before either of us named it. My hand moved on instinct, not brave, not certain, and I waited, eager for your answer. The way you didn't pull away said more than touch ever could. No sudden movement, no hesitation, misunderstood. Just two minutes that held exactly where we were, like you decided this was worth staying for. Your body stays soft, not frozen, not tense. The condition, guilt, and the absence of defense. I felt the trust settle before desire did, and that order changed everything. The room didn't react, no shifting light or sound, but something internal found no ground. My breath slowed as yours matched it. Two systems adjusting without instruction. The way you didn't pull away created space to feel without rushing into outcome, without forcing what's real. Your eyes stayed on mine, not asking for more, just confirming This wasn't a mistake. I noticed my own restraint, how careful I became, as if your stillness deserved reverence. I didn't wanna take what was being offered. I wanted to meet it at the same level. Your fin just like storms, then relaxed. A tiny detail, it felt enormous, like you were checking self and choosing presence over protection. The way you didn't pull away echoed in my chest. The quiet reassurance that close eyes put rest right here, without proving itself, without becoming performance. Time passed trend rate like it was on our side. Minutes folding softly one into another. No rush to escalate, no fear of retreat, just two people existing in our proximity. Eventually we shifted because bodies need to move, but the meaning stayed anchored in that earlier truth, that sometimes intimacy isn't in the advance, but in the moment nothing stops it. The way you didn't pull away will outlast the night. Ah, that's an memory of touch, but of this side, that connection can't be quiet, can't be almost invisible, yet still feel undeniably real. The lampshade turns everything kinda, edges blur, colors forgive. The room looks like it's remembering every gentle thing we didn't live. You sit close enough to cast a shadow that moves when you breathe. The light wraps around your face like it's trying to keep a secret. We don't face each other fully. Confessions feel safer at an angle. Eyes somewhere else, voices low enough to belong only to this space. Lampshade glow, soft confessions falling slowly one by one. Not dramatic revelations, just truths we usually outrun. The kind you say when no one's listening, and you trust the night not to repeat them. You talk about something small that hurt more than it should. I listen like it's sacred, because in this light it is. My knee brushes yours and stays, as if to say you don't have to finish. The lamp hums quietly, a steady, patient sound, holding the room together while hours loosen the guard. I offer something back, not a story, just a feeling, and you nod like you recognize it. Lampshade glow, soft confessions turn silence into a language. Pause become invitations, not gaps we need busy so my voice can stay calm. You don't interrupt, you let the words arrive, and the patience feels like touch. There's relief in being heard without being handled, without advice, without correction, just presence, just shared understanding, settling into the room. Lampshade glow, soft confessions make closeness feel earned, like intimacy starts where defenses learn to lower themselves gently without collapsing, without fear. At some point we stop talking, not because there's nothing left, but because what's left doesn't need sound. The lamp keeps glowing, steady, warm, as if proud of us. I rest my head back, you stay where you are, and the quiet between us feels complete, not empty. This isn't the end of the night, it's the part we'll remember. Lampshade glow, soft confession will stay with me longer than touch ever could. A reminder that sometimes the deepest closeness comes from being seen in the softest light without needing to move. We stop without agreeing to, like our bodies reach the same conclusion at the same second. Movement fades and something sharper takes its place. Your hand is close to mine, close enough to finish the thought, but neither of us does. We stay suspended, as if stillness is the point. Holding still to feel more, letting sensation rise on its own. Every nerve waking quietly now that motion is gone. This isn't restraint born from fear, it's attention, it's choosing to listen longer. I notice the weight of your presence, how it fills the room without pressing against it. Your breath slows and mine follows, like it's been waiting for permission to settle. Holding still to feel more changes the scale of everything. A glance feels heavier, a breath feels deliberate. Even time seems unsure of how to behave when nothing is chasing it. My shoulder aches slightly from not adjusting, and I welcome it, a reminder that I'm here, fully aware, not rushing toward relief. You swallow softly, a sound that shouldn't matter does in the quiet we've built. It lands like a confession you weren't planning to make. Holding still to feel more means noticing what usually gets skipped. The warmth collecting between us, the hum under your silence, the way desire doesn't disappear when ignored, it deepens. I feel the urge to move, rise and fall inside me like a tide, and I let it pass, not denying it, just allowing it to exist without action. Your eyes close for a moment, then open again, as if you checked something internal and decided to stay right here with me in this pause. Holding still to feel more is an agreement without words, a mutual patience that feels strangely intimate, like we trust each other not to rush the ending of something still forming when we have yourself. It just settles in somewhere between my chest and the way I look at you. Nothing dramatic changes, the room stays the same. Same light, same shadows, but the air feels heavier, like it's holding intention. You sit across from me, close enough to notice how often you swallow, how your hands rest still, as if movement might reveal too much. The quiet weight of wanting presses without sound, not urgency, not need, just something dense and grounded. It doesn't ask for relief, it asks to be felt. I become aware of my posture, how I lean without realizing how my body responds before my thoughts do. Desire arrives this way, subtle, patient, persistent. The quiet weight of wanting shows up in small choices, and how I don't look away when I probably should, and how silence stretches instead of breaking, because neither of us wants to be the first sound. Your knee shifts slightly closer than still, a movement so small it feels intentional. And I feel the pull not to follow, but to stay right where I am. I think about speaking, but words feel inadequate, too sharp for this texture. Warning isn't loud tonight, it's something you carry carefully so it doesn't spill. Weight of wanting teaches patience, the kind that isn't learned but discovered when the body realizes it can hold more than it ever tried to before. Your eyes meet mine, longer than necessary, and neither of us looks away. That's when it deepens, that's when the weight finds its place. Stop shifting, I feel it in my breath, slower, heavier, each inhale deliberate, as if oxygen in itself needs permission to pass through. The quiet weight of wanting doesn't demand action, it invites awareness, it asks me to stay present, to honor the feeling without rushing to solve it. Later when the night moves on, this wanting will change shape, become memory, become possibility, but right now it is enough to simply hold it. The quiet weight of wanting isn't something to escape, it's something to recognize. And tonight, recognition feels intimate. The room is quiet, but your breath is loud. Shadows dancing on the wall right now. Your fingers tracing thoughts I never say. It's getting harder just to look away. The night is slow, like it knows our names. Every second pulling me closer to the flame. I don't ask questions, I just let it slide. I'm already lost the moment you're inside. We don't need words tonight. Silence says it all. Your body's speaking for you. It feels like the first time, every time you touch me like that. Like the world outside doesn't exist, just skin, just breath, just that. It feels like the first time, even though I know it's not. Your love hits me slow and deep, like something I forgot. Your lips move closer but you hesitate, like you're scared of what we might create. I feel your heartbeat losing control, matching mine, losing its role. The lights are low, the time stands still. I don't care if this is wrong or real. I just know when you're this close, I forget who I'm supposed to be the most. We're standing on the edge of something we won't name. If this is only for tonight, I'll still let it burn the same. It feels like the first time, every time you pull me in, like I've never been this close, like I've never let anyone in. It feels like the first time, your hands tell me the truth. I don't need forever right now, I just need this moment with you. Slow down, don't rush the night, let the silence do it right. Every touch is a confession, every breath is an obsession. If this ends when the sun comes up, I'll still remember how it felt, the way you made me forget myself. It feels like the first time when your body's next to mine, like nothing before this mattered, like I ran out of time. It feels like the first time, and I don't wanna wake up yet. If this is all we get, I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. Stay here a little longer, let the night decide. Even if tomorrow fades us, tonight we're alive, we're alive. The room is barely breathing, curtains holding their own secrets, street light leaking in like it didn't mean to stay. You stood there uncertain, as if the air itself might change its mind if you moved too fast. We didn't rush into each other, we circled like two thoughts afraid of becoming real. Your shadow touched mine before our bodies ever did, and even that felt like crossing something sacred. The night didn't know us yet, it hadn't learned our names, hadn't memorized the way silence was already choosing sides. I remember the pause between your words, how every sentence arrived unfinished, how I filled the gaps with my pulse. Your eyes kept leaving and returning, like they weren't sure if I was allowed to exist. I to say something soft, something that wouldn't scare the moment away, but my mouth stayed closed and my chest spoke instead. The first touch wasn't confident, it was careful, like you were testing the temperature of my skin to see if it would let you in. When it did, you exhaled, and I felt it everywhere. We were still strangers, but not in the way we've been before. Something had tilted, something had agreed to stay. The night listened, leaned closer, dimmed itself around us. Time slowed down out of respect. Your fingers traced questions along my arm, and I answered without speaking. Every breath we shared felt borrowed, like we'd have to give it back later. The night didn't know us yet, but it was learning fast, learning how your heartbeat shifted when I moved closer, learning how mine forgot its old rhythm. I could feel the moment stretching, refusing to become memory. We stayed inside it, longer than necessary, longer than safe. Your forehead against mine, no promise spoken, no future assumed. Just this fragile present glowing quietly between us. If we had stopped right there, it still would have been enough. That's what scared me, that's what made it feel real. Outside, the city kept pretending. Inside, everything changed without announcing itself. The night didn't know us yet, but it would never forget how we began. You stood close enough that I could feel your doubt, changing the temperature between us. Not distance, hesitation, that fragile space where everything is still possible and nothing is promised. Your hand hovered like it forgot what it came here to do. Fingers slightly open, unsure if my skin would say yes or disappear. The room was quiet in that deep way, the kind that listens back. Lamplight trembling against the wall, shadows stretching slowly as if they were waiting to. I didn't move, I didn't invite. I let the moment breathe on its own. Let your uncertainty be the loudest thing. When your hand hesitated, time leaned forward. Every second felt deliberate, heavy like it knew it would be remembered. I could hear my pulse behind my ear, steady but exposed. I wondered if you heard it too, or if if you were too busy arguing with yourself. Your eyes search my face for permission I never said aloud. I gave it the only way I knew how, by staying exactly where I was. That pause held more than most touches ever do. It held intention, fear, wanting without taking. When your hand finally moved, it was barely anything, a ghost of contact, knuckles brushing my sleeve, just enough to prove we were both real. I felt it spread through me slowly, like warmth returning to a place that had been cold too long. You inhaled sharply, as if surprised by your own courage. We didn't rush after that, we learned the shape of restraint. Your hand rested there, not claiming, not retreating. I noticed how carefully you touched the edges of me, as if the center might be too much all at once. I wanted to tell you it was safe, but I liked watching you discover it. The night softened around us, lowered its voice, even the walls seemed to turn away, granting us privacy we hadn't earned yet. When your hand hesitated again, I understood this wasn't uncertainty anymore. This was reverence. You weren't afraid to touch me, you were afraid of how deeply it might stay. I let my breath change, slow and intentional, a quiet signal in the dark. Your fingers responded, sliding just enough to close the question. Nothing dramatic followed, no urgency, no collection to each other, just the steady knowing that something had begun. The moment you almost touched me and chose to stay. Said you should probably go, but your body didn't listen. Key still on the table, jacket half forgotten, eyes lingering like they were waiting for something to stop you. The room held its breath again, it was getting used to that. I watched you from the corner of my calm, pretending I wasn't counting every second you didn't move. There's a kind of courage in leaving, there's another kind in staying. You were caught somewhere between them, almost brave enough to stay, almost reckless enough to believe this wasn't just a moment passing through us. The light was low but not forgiving, it showed the truth in your expression. Wanting without a plan, feeling without protection. You ran a hand through your hair, that quiet gesture people make when they're negotiating with themselves. I knew that motion already, it meant the door was still open. Not the one behind you, the one between us. I didn't reach for you your shadow rested against my chest like it had found its place. Almost brave enough to stay. You let the silence stretch, let it say the things neither of us trusted our voices with. If you left now, we could pretend this was nothing. A glance held too long, a night misread. If you stayed, something would change without asking permission. Your breath slowed, mine followed. That's how I knew you were still here. You sat beside me, close but not touching, as if proximity alone might be enough to confess. I felt the warmth of your knee, the quiet electricity of almost. You whispered something meaningless just to hear your own voice break the spell. It didn't work. Almost brave enough to stay. You leaned back, head against the wall, eyes closed like you were listening to a truth forming inside you. I wondered what it would cost you to choose this. I wondered what it would cost me if you didn't. No promises were made, no future imagined out loud, just a shared understanding that some nights ask more from us than we planned to give. When you finally turned to me, your voice was softer, your smile unsure. You didn't say you were staying, you just stayed. And that was enough to make the night feel different forever. You look different tonight, not in the way people usually mean. Not style, not age, not light. Something quieter had shifted, like you were wearing a version of yourself that hadn't been outside yet. New skin, still learning the air. Old soul, already tired of pretending. You moved slowly as if every gesture had a memory attached to it. Your smile arrived late, careful, like it had been hurt before and needed proof. I wonder how many nights it shaped you into this. How many almost, how many doors closed softly. How many times you chose silence instead of being misunderstood. When you sat beside me, I felt the contrast immediately. Your body warm and present, your eyes distant, as if part of you was still somewhere else, finishing an unfinished story. New skin, old soul, that's how you Someone who understands consequences, but still chooses feeling. The room accepted you easily. Lamplight softened, shadows slowed their movement. Even the night seemed to recognize you, like it has seen you before. In another life, I caught you watching me when you thought I wasn't looking up with hunger, with recognition, that subtle look that says, I know what it costs to be here. New skin, old soul. You leaned in, not to take but to rest. Forehead close to mine, breath aligning, nothing demanded. I felt something loosening me, a part that stays guarded around people who only want what's easy. You didn't feel easy, you felt real. There was sadness in you, but not the loud kind. The kind that's learned how to sit quietly, how to share space without asking for rescue. I wanted to ask who you were before. What broke? What healed wrong? I didn't. Some truths don't want questions, they want company. When you finally kissed me, it wasn't hurry, as if time owed you patience. I tasted familiarity and something brand new. New skin, old soul. You stayed long enough to leave a mark, without leaving mark. Long enough to remind me that depth doesn't always announce itself. When the night thinned and morning threatened the edges, you pull back gently, like you knew when to stop. And I realized some people don't come to begin again, they come to recognize what's already there. What's already there. We weren't speaking anymore, not because there was nothing to say, but because words felt too sharp for what was happening between us. Your breath slowed first, mine followed, like it trusted you to set the pace. The space between our faces held something fragile, something listening. The quiet between our breaths was louder than anything we'd said all night. I could feel the moment stretching thin as glass, strong enough to hold us if neither of us moved wrong. Your lips parted slightly, not asking, not offering, just existing. I noticed details I never remember, laid away, your chest rose unevenly. The warmth where your knee brushed mine, how the room seemed to dim itself out of respect. We were close enough that I could feel your hesitation before I could see it. The subtle pause right before surrender decides whether to the edges of everything else. You inhale deep and careful, as if you were afraid the sound might break something. I exhaled into the space you left, and for a moment we shared the same air. It felt intimate in a way touch hadn't reached yet. Time stopped behaving normally. Seconds lost their shape. All that mattered was the rhythm we were building without agreeing to it. The quiet between our breaths taught me a tempo, taught me when to stay still, taught me when closeness was already enough. Your hand rested near mine, not touching, but close enough to feel the heat. That almost contact carried more weight than certainty ever does. I wondered how many people rush past this moment, how many never learn to listen here. This place where bodies confess before mouths do. When our lips finally met, it was soft, unambitious, like we were afraid of losing the silence we built. A kiss that didn't ask for more, didn't promise anything beyond itself. We pulled back slowly, still connected by breath, still suspended in that fragile calm. Nothing collapsed, nothing escalated, and somehow that made it nothing unforgettable. The quiet between our breaths stayed with me after, in the dark, in the space you left behind, in the way my body remembered how to slow down. Some moments don't need sound to echo forever. Some nights are defined by what almost happens, and the silence brave enough to hold it. There was a version of us that didn't know yet, didn't know how the other flinched or softened, or went quiet when something mattered too much. Before we learned each other, everything felt lighter, not easier, just unclaimed, like a room no one had lived in long enough to leave marks. You laughed differently then, unaware of how carefully you learned to laugh later. I spoke more freely, not knowing which words would eventually need restraint. We sat across from each other, studying nothing in particular, letting curiosity do all the work. Your hands moved when you talked, mine stayed still, already listening. Before we learned each other, touch wasn't loaded, a knee brush in the knee was just proximity, not a sentence with consequences. A look held too long was curiosity, not confession. I miss that innocence sometimes, not because it was better, not because it was untouched. Before patterns formed, before we memorized reactions and learned where to be careful, the night felt larger than, less aware of us. We didn't lower our voices yet, didn't pause mid-thought to protect the moment. Silence hadn't learned our names. You leaned back, arms crossed loosely, guard still unassigned. I leaned forward, not knowing what first instinct, untaught and unguarded, the kind you only get before you start remembering. Before we learned each other, we were lighter because we were unfinished. And sometimes in the quiet after everything else, I still feel that version of us passing through. Not asking to return, just reminding me how it felt to not yet know. And still choose closeness anyway.